Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, welcome. Hi, I'm Jordan, and I encourage you to click that subscribe button below because I think it's a good idea, as well as liking and sharing this video. I got some good tips and I think it will help. You. So let's get into the video. Okay, so I have 8 tips that I'm going to share with you. Just some quick 8 tips about adulting that I've learned on my journey that I would have wanted to know or just would share to somebody that's younger than me or the same age. Number 1 is to save money. This is a tip for everybody, honestly. You're going to want to save every piece of money that you get. Save, save, save. The more you save, the more you invest into your future. Okay? Tip number 2 is budgeting. That goes with your saving money, of course. But for the people who are, I'll put 21 to 24, mostly, you've gotten your big girl job and you're now needing the tips and the skills on how to budget your money properly. So I would say learning to budget as well as saving your money is going to be key. Because in this time in your 20s, you want to travel, you want to buy things that you want, or just saving for your future. And budgeting will definitely help you do that. So I would say definitely saving, number 1, and 2, budgeting. The next thing is going to be more so on the spiritual side, and that is going to be building a foundation with Christ. If I didn't have my foundation with Christ, I probably wouldn't have made it through this last year. And you're definitely going to need that. Adulting is going to call for a lot of pivoting and a lot of unexpected just things in general. And without that foundation with Christ, it's definitely going to feel like a car crashed into you. So definitely have that foundation with Christ. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4, get a therapist. I know some of our mothers are our therapists. My mom's my therapist, Mama DCTV. She's my therapist, even if I have a therapist. But I would say getting a therapist, somebody who's licensed to help you get through things that are definitely going to come in your life, those unexpected things I was telling you about, they can help you walk through life, okay? And you're definitely going to need that just for health, for your mental health, but also to help you deal with other people around you. That's definitely going to be key. So that's tip number 4. Tip number 5 is to take self-care days. I can't stress this enough, but I can say the past year has came with a lot of unexpected things that I did not see coming at all. And I would have felt like I needed to take the whole year for a self-care day, but you can't do that. So I would definitely say take some moments to be by yourself. Solitude is great. Solitude is good. That helps you get your thoughts in order. You don't even have to do anything to take a self-care day. You can literally just sit down and rest. Rest is pampering yourself. Rest is self-care. So I was saying, for your girls, you can go get your nails done or do your nails at home, taking a nice shower, eating some good dinner, watching a nice show. That's important to take a good self-care day because you're going to need it. You're going to need it. And I'll leave it at that. So that's tip number 5. Take a self-care day. Number 6, I'm still working on this one. Really, I'm still working on all of these. But I would say tip number 6 is to build community. And you can build community in different ways. But one of the ways I would say you can build community at your job, at your church. What's another place? That's really the only 2 places I go to, honestly. But you can build it at your job, your church. You can join groups at your church home, which is important when you're building your foundation with Christ, is to also have a church home. So there are many different ways that you can build community. Really, anywhere that you go that's in your daily routine, you can build community in those spaces, because those are going to be the places that are sustainable because you go there every day. That's part of your routine, If that makes sense. It makes sense in my head, but let me know below if it makes sense. So that's tip number 6. 2 more. Ready? Okay. Tip number 7 is going to be to learn social skills. Now that kind of could have been before tip number 6, but we're not going to talk about that. Learning social skills. I would say that's a big struggle for me, honestly, because if you're introverted, and it's easy to become introverted when you have a lot of life going on, or you're just tired. Adulting brings tiredness sometimes. It can bring that. But if you learn social skills, it will help you to not make being social a tiring activity. At least for me, I'll speak for the introverts. For the introverts, it's hard to go outside anyway, but if you have to go outside, it's definitely important to learn those skills. You can learn those skills when you put yourself in social situations, which is work. Talk to that coworker. They probably need to be talked to, you know, or talking to that person at the grocery store, or saying you like somebody's shoes. Compliments are really good to help build your social skills. Just do that. That's tip number 7. And are you ready? Tip number 8. You ready for it? If you're not, it's coming anyway. Tip number 8 is create boundaries. I would say in my ripe age of 21, very ripe, I would say that creating boundaries has saved my life. Creating boundaries has helped my relationships with my family, my friendships, and with my work employees. It's really the key to life, honestly. It saved me from me too, which is a big thing. I think with just adulting in general, life can already be challenging. And when you feel like you have to overextend yourself or do things that's really outside of your capacity, you have to set that boundary with yourself and be like, okay, here's what's realistic. This is what I can do, what I can't do. I'm basically focusing on what's right in front of me. And that's a boundary as well as worrying about things. That's a boundary that you have to put with yourself. By creating those boundaries, this can help you be successful in all your relationships. And so I think that's very important because as you start adulthood, whether you're 18 or even 35, you're always going to need those boundaries as life continues to evolve, as your family circles continue to grow. It's always going to be important to create that boundary so that you can have successful relationships with other people and with yourself. Okay? So those are the 8 tips that I had to share. Of course, there were many more that I could have told you about, but I'm going to leave that up to you guys to bring more tips that you've learned from your adulting journey and put those in the comments. So because I think the major thing about adulting is taking lessons from each person's life that you can bring into your own to help you be successful. And so in this community that we have on this channel, we love to help each other and help each other grow. Okay? So if you did like this video, please share this and just even like it. Tell me if you liked it or not. Even if you didn't, it's getting posted. And that's just that on that. But if you do like this video, let us know below. Love you. Bye.